Hey guys, Morning Reaper here. So, I just got done watching the Spongebob movie, Sponge on the Run, on Netflix. For those that don't know, it's the third SpongeBob film. Basically, this was one of the films that was meant to go to cinemas this year, but obviously 2020 has been 2020, so due to the circumstances, it had to skip cinemas. Although I believe in Canada, it got released in cinemas during the summer around the same time as Unhinged. And instead, they decided to do a streaming release with international territories such as the UK getting it on Netflix, while in America it comes out early next year on for rental before going to the new streaming service Paramount Plus. So yeah, it got released today on, well, not today, yesterday on Netflix over here in the UK and in other territories all across Europe. And yeah, been looking forward to this one quite a bit because SpongeBob is a very nostalgic show. It's a childhood favorite of mine, and plus I was hooked in the from the trailer whenever I saw Keanu Reeves playing a tumbleweed. Like, what's not to love about Keanu Reeves? You know, the comeback king, the nicest man in Hollywood, playing a wise tumbleweed. It's very fitting, and I have to say he is the absolute scene stealer of the film. He's very funny, and he provides plenty of wisdom as you'd expect from this type of character. But he's so funny. It's just the Keanu Reeves head and like green screened into tumbleweed. It's incredible, and he is, like I said, he delivers so many funny lines throughout. A lot of the humor is really good as well. It's probably, I'd say, one of the funniest films of the year. It definitely surprised me with just how funny it was. There are some pretty good little visual gags. Uh, there's a few in particular I want to point out. There's a nice little reference to Back to the Future in the final act. If you've seen the film, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a fairly brief thing, but uh, yeah, yeah, uh, the animation is stellar stuff. Like, it is beautiful. Like, the character designs look amazing. Like, it looks so great. You do, you know, I almost, I'm trying to put it into words here, but you know, it almost looks like it's stop motion. How great the character models look. Like, look very realistic, but also very suitably cartoonish for SpongeBob. And the locations, oh, the locations are an absolute treat for the eyes. Bikini Bottom is, of course, great, but who'd have known it translates so well to 3D? Like, come on. We're all used to seeing it 2D, but it's everything in 3D. It looks great, but the lost city of Atlantic City is the absolute visual highlight of this film. Like, so many bright colors and neon visuals. It is a feast for the eyes, and it's gorgeously animated. Yeah, another thing I very much enjoyed was Matt Berry as King Poseidon, who's very vain and he cares only about looking perfect. And of course, I know it's kind of a cliche message, but whatever. I still enjoyed that character anyway. Yeah, that's not that's like my one real issue with the film is it does hit on the common cliches that you'd find in like kids movies. All the characters, they fall out and they, they go their separate ways. Thankfully, that is brief, is very brief, before Keanu Reeves comes back. Uh, I'm glad they didn't just make him a cameo for like one scene. I'm glad they actually made him a recurring cameo. Like, obviously he's not a main character, but he pops up quite a few times. Yeah. Is this whole review gonna be me talk about tumbleweed Keanu Reeves? Yes, it is. Yeah, and I think despite all the cliches, it's very fun. Has some very wholesome, heartwarming scenes towards the end, and even near the start when Yari first, is kidnapped. Like, there's a pretty, pretty pretty heartbreaking scene there, and yeah, and a thing I really like is that it stays true to the nature of SpongeBob. It doesn't try to be hip or relevant. You know, it throws just any random ideas at you, no matter how insane they are, and it works. Like there's a whole trippy visual of Sandy being getting inspired to be a scientist, and there's a fun little brief song that associated with Tumbleweed Keanu, and there's a fun little dance number with Snoop Dogg. Just things like that. Like it's so random, but that's why we love SpongeBob. It's yeah, it's exactly the blast of nostalgia I needed. It's exactly what I expected from it, and yeah, I'm surprised that it's better than I actually expected it to be. It's exactly the fun, heartwarming, wholesome film that that we need in these dark times, and I'm sure families with young kids will probably enjoy this one. Yeah, I know I did. Me being a big SpongeBob fan with tons of nostalgia, and if you've got Netflix, check it out. It's a ton of fun. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run? What did you think of it? Would you have liked to see it in cinemas? I know I would have, but alas, we gotta make do. Um, yeah. Let me know. Are you a big SpongeBob fan? Did you grow up with it like I did? Uh, yeah, just let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.